Today's actually Sunday and not Wednesday, but I'll be uploading this on Wednesday. I'm about to tell you the story of why I have these and this, because I normally don't wear makeup or nail polish or draw mouths on my hands or wear rings. Saturday and today I have been spending my whole day down in San Antonio at San Japan, which is an anime convention down in San Antonio, obviously. It was at the Hyatt and the convention center right next to the Hyatt, and it was one of the greatest weekends of my entire life. We found out about it a few months ago when we found out that Little Karibo was going to be there, so we bought 3-day passes immediately because Little freaking Karibo, guys, come on. Oh my gosh. And we started working on our cosplays, and we ended up going as Yu-Gi-Oh! For 2 days and Akatsuki today, and I was Merrick on Friday and Saturday. Serena was Bakura, Jessie was Crow, and then Taya, and Vivian was Jaden, and then she was Korra and Jaden yesterday. Today I was Deidara, Serena was Itachi, Vivian was the world's cutest Toby, and Jessie was Conan, and her hair looked fantastic, by the way. Just wanted you to know that, Jessie. Something really funny happened today, but I will get to that later. Something really funny happened every day. Every day was just fantastic. Okay, so we get there Friday morning at 9, we go in, register. Everyone recognizes our costumes. Like, despite the fact that we aren't Yugi and Yami or any of the protagonists from the original series, everyone is like, oh, America Bakura and Jaden and Crow, come take a picture with me. We took so many pictures, and we got to Little Karibo's booth and he thought our cosplays were awesome, and he took a picture of us, and then we took a picture with him. We bought shirts, and mine is right here, and I meant to put it on but I forgot, but I'm just gonna show it to you then. And it says, I command you to shut the F up, and then he signed it up here. I know you can't see it, but he also signed the rod right here, but unfortunately, because I can't stop myself from playing with the Millennium Rod, and don't make any sex jokes about that, I've heard enough this weekend and made enough. But I had him sign it again right here because this one completely rubbed off. Yeah, no sex jokes, guys! We went to tons of fun panels on Friday. I don't really remember everything that we did that day. We mostly just walked around. We went in the dealer's room. Vivian and I bought some yaoi, which is anime version of Slash, in case you don't know that, which is guy on guy, and it was not fair. If you're under 18, you have to buy the, you know, not X-rated ones. And then I ended up getting a pairing I didn't like because the guy told me it was puzzle shipping and it was really dragon shipping and there were no refunds. But the picture on the front is of Yami, and it's really hot, and I love Yami. And that night was the Little Karibo panel, so at 4 o'clock we go to line up for Little Karibo. And we get in line. Opening ceremony starts at 5, so we got in line to go in to that room, the panel room, and we got in there. We had pretty good seats. We were to the right, but we were in the 3rd row, I think. And so we watched through opening ceremonies, which were an hour, and then at 6, Chris Sabat, who plays Vegeta on Dragon Ball Z, was talking, and most of us hadn't watched Dragon Ball Z aside from Vivian, but we decided that we were going to stay and wait until the Little Karibo panel so we could get really good seats. And when Chris Sabat started, we all moved up to the very front row, right in the very middle, and we watched the whole Chris Sabat thing. It was hilarious. I'm so glad we saw it because I didn't think it would be funny because I don't really know who he is. I've never watched Dragon Ball Z, but he was hilarious, and turns out he also plays Ayame on Fruits Basket. And I know I'm talking really fast, but I have a lot to get into this video, and I also just drank a Starbucks drink. Although it didn't have caffeine in it, but maybe sugar is making me talk fast? Who knows? Anyway, when the Chris Sabat panel ended though, something pretty shitty happened. We got kicked out of the panel room. They weren't like, oh, you guys are doing horrible stuff, but they said we couldn't wait for the next panel in there, and it wasn't fair to the people waiting in line. But before that panel had started, they had told us that we could stay in and stay until Little Karibo started so that we could be there for his panel. But no. So everyone who was there at the Chris Sabat panel that also wanted to see LK was completely screwed. We had to get in the very back of the line, and we didn't make it to the front. But what did happen was pretty fun. That night, I mean, I had a lot of fun despite not getting into that panel. Okay, so when we were about 20 feet away from the front of the line, they stopped letting people in. It was really, really depressing. We just realized we couldn't get in, but Vivian decided to go to the bathroom, and this guy on the way to the bathroom asked her to do some raps for her because she was dressed as Jaden, and Jaden raps in Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. And she decided to do Jaden's rap, so she got me up there with her to do Yami's part of the interview that goes on during the song, and it was really fun, and I knew all the parts, luckily, for the most part. I was nervous and shaking a lot because that's what happens when I get in front of crowds, but it was really fun. And then they asked us to do another song, so Bakura, Serena, got up there, and we all sang Paraboss with Serena doing Yusei's part, me doing Yami's part, and Vivian doing Jaden's part, of course, and it was really cool, and I think everyone really liked it. And after that we started singing Pharaoh's Throne, and the people all around us started singing along with us. Even the guy kind of guarding the door started singing along with us, so I guess he knew Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and he was really cool. I felt bad that he had to be the bad guy in that situation because he seemed really sorry about it, but still a little bit angry at him for not letting us in. But it was really awesome, and we got so loud eventually that someone had to come out and tell us to stop because they could hear us in the room, which was awesome. I was not sorry about that. But later we ended up quoting with just everyone around us yelling like "card games on motorcycles" and quoting BBT Abridged with them, and it was really, really, really fun. So the next morning, the first thing we did was cosplay chess, and at this point, Vivian had decided to be Korra, so she was dressed in that costume, but the rest of us were still in our Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplays, and Serena got chosen to be in cosplay chess as a pawn, and she got killed pretty fast, but it was really funny to watch because all the characters, whenever they moved or attacked or got killed, they would have to act like their character, and so it was very, very interesting to watch, not like a normal game of chess. I am the chess prince! Just kidding, I didn't play, then that was a Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged reference, and stealing is fun. Okay, I'm sorry, I just love making abridged references in my videos. Anyway, there was this one really great Snake cosplay, and he was dressed in military gear, and he had a cardboard box, and he was holding it over his head, and whenever he would get to a square, he'd crouch down and cover himself with the cardboard box so that the only part of him you could see was his shoes. And as we were leaving chess, this Maximilian Pegasus cosplayer came up to us, and he went, "Fabulous," and we ended up taking some pictures with him and talked to him, and he was really cool. And after that we went to the main area of the convention center, and we found a Jessie and Jaden cosplayer, and Jessie is totally adorable. And I totally ship him with Jaden, and it was really awesome. Vivian went and changed into her Jaden cosplay, and they took pictures together, shipping pictures, and they were so cute, and I really like spirit shipping. I like my ships, okay? Don't judge me. After that we found a Kite cosplayer, and Vivian freaked out because Kite is her favorite from Zexal. He's pretty hot, I have to admit. And it was a great cosplay. This girl, I don't understand her. Later we found out also that she had a Yusei cosplay, and she went and put it on. It was absolutely beautiful. I don't know how she does it. She makes them all herself, and her wigs, and they were just perfect. I was very jealous. Very astounded at her skill. And then, walking down the hallway, we found a Yugi and Yami cosplayer, so we all joined together, and tons of people were coming up to us and asking for pictures, and it was awesome, and I have to admit, we look really cool. So we went up all together to Little Karibo's panel, we formed a chain, we all held hands, and ran through the convention to Little Karibo's little stand area where he was selling shirts and stuff, and he was like, oh my gosh, and he asked to take a picture of us, and got a picture of all of us together, and then we all took a picture with him, and then, you know that very first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Taya gets out the marker, and she marks hers and Yugi's and Tristan's and Joey's hands with that smiley face sign, and she's like, this is our friendship, and all that jazz, and it's kind of stupid, but Little Karibo got us all together, and we all put our hands in, and he made a mark on all of our hands, and you can still just barely see mine. It was on Saturday, so it's rubbing off a little bit, but he marked all of our hands. It was so cool. We're all connected now. It was great. And after that, all of us Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplayers went out to lunch together. It was really fun. We went to Chili's, and we had to wait a while, so we went up to the Sky Bridge and we just hung out there, and we dueled for a little bit because we had our decks with us. And then we went back down, and they called our name, and it was really funny because they said, Yu-Gi-Oh! Party of 13, and we got to go in there and sit at Yu-Gi-Oh! Party of 13. And then this one waiter, who I guess was a fan of either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Abridged, came up to us and was making jokes with us, and he was really cool, and I liked him. And yeah, and then Vivian changed back into her Korra cosplay, and we went back to the convention area, and we all made a Yu-Gi-Oh! Chain again and ran around the convention, and people kept wanting to take pictures of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplayers, and we went into the dealer's room and people took pictures of us in there, and then we kind of all split up, and some of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cosplayers had to leave, but we ended up hanging out with the Yugi and Yami the rest of the day, and after a while we got kind of bored and went up to the hotel to wait for the video game Jeopardy to start. They were way early though, so we all sat down in the sun, and it was really adorable because the Yugi cosplayer fell asleep on the Yami cosplayer, and I love puzzle shipping, and if they see this video they might be really weirded out, but I love puzzle shipping. It was so cute. And then Serena fell asleep on me, and I was very tired. It was kind of comfortable, so I fell asleep too for a little while, and yeah, it was pretty cute, I have to admit. Sorry, Serena, just gonna put that out there. Anyway, after that we went into Video Game Jeopardy, but Vivian and Jessie didn't make it in because they made a trip to the Lost and Found, so they ended up going to the fan fiction panel, and I'm so upset that I missed it because I fucking love fan fiction. But they said it was really funny, and I'm glad they got to go, and it sounds awesome. And so we all had a ton of fun, and those ended at about